Welcome to the Silent Trading channel on Tuesday the 15th of June. Today we'll be going through the gold chart to check and see if there is any suitable entry spot on this 4-hour time frame right now. But before we guys start, please subscribe, like, comment and share if you like this video and to support me in my trading journal. Okay, so we'll start by going through the 4-hour time frame first. But before we start on 4-hour time frame, we're going to be looking at the daily time frame first to check and see if there are any spot that has a chance of the daily time frame coming down to, or what you guys call a retracement or a retest, right? So on the daily time frame, we see a bullish candle from yesterday, right? A bullish candle close from yesterday, right? Bullish candle close from yesterday, and then by today it will then push down to form a little wick, a small wick over here, and this small wick is what you guys also call a manipulation, and then start pulling back and then start expanding above, right? This upward expanding, it is also telling us that it is trying to what? It is trying to break above on the bullish side, but whether it is able to do so or not still differs, right? Because the thing is, with the chart, with the market, there must always be a confirmation on the chart before we can start buying and before we can start selling, because the chart is always confusing us, tricking us into opening a position at the worst possible spot, right? You are always opening a position at the worst price possible because the chart, the market, the big money is always tricking you into doing so, right? So when you see a candle trying to push up, you do not enter a long position, you do not buy, because it is what I call a panic buying, and panic buying always makes you lose, correct? You may win sometimes by panic buying, right? You may win sometimes by FOMO, by panic buying, but you cannot win every time, every single time, because there will be times where the chart do a sudden pullback and then dump, and not just dump but a really hard dump below, and you'll find yourself in a deep drawdown of a few thousand pips or a few 10,000 pips, right? So if you're gonna buy, always wait for a retracement, a manipulation, right? And you buy at the next candle bottom wick. When you're gonna close, you're gonna be closing at the next candle top wick, or either buy at the bottom and close at the top, right? So you buy with manipulation, you sell with manipulation. You buy at the bottom, you close at the top. You sell at the top, you close at the bottom, correct? So this is the real way to be trading, because you do not panic buy, you do not panic sell, because we do not open a trade using FOMO, right? You do not fear of missing out. You only enter a trade based on confirmation, based on retest, based on retracement, right? So when there are no retracement yet, you're not gonna be buying, because that spot, that gap, or that fair value gap that you guys know about, it is leaving a gap for the chart to come back to. So if you're gonna be panic buying and then suddenly the chart comes back to the fair value gap, you're gonna be trapped a bit above, right? Your position is going to be trapped above instead of having a new position below. So you're only going to be waiting for retracement before you start buying. You do not buy by panic, right? Panic buying is not a behavior of a professional trader. Professional trader does not fear having no position, because they know that a position should be acquired at the best possible price possible. Should be acquired at the best possible price after a real confirmation has been signaled, right? So right now, the daily time frame, are we gonna buy? We're not gonna buy yet, right? What about on the 4-hour time frame? What about on the 4-hour time frame? The 4-hour time frame is still not suitable to be buying yet, but you could have bought, right? You could have bought at this low candle wick, but for me, I'm not gonna be buying. You know why? Because this candle was open at 5 p.m. in the evening, right? 5 p.m. in the evening on Bangkok's time, about 2 hours 48 minutes ago, which means if this candle is moving only in this little range over here after 2 hours 48 minutes, it means that it is moving in a sideways, and the chart moving in a sideways, you do not know what or which side of the position it is accumulating. So if you enter a position at this low wick over here, you are still in a risk, correct? Because why? Because price moving in sideways is price trying to form either resistance or form support on the lower time frame that will be used later to accumulate buy side or sell side volume. So if you buy at this low candle wick, you are still in for a big risk. Because why? Because after 2 hours 48 minutes, it only moved from about the low of 4334 to a high of 4349. Only about 1,000 plus point, right? 1,400 point. It is not worth it to be buying at this spot over here, because after 2 hours it only moved so much, correct? So if you have a position right now at this low and you're not sure whether it is going to break above or it is going to pull back and then start forming a bearish price action, do close it, right? Because price only start pushing up if it is not able to attack this resistance. Your buy position could be in jeopardy anytime soon, correct? Because if it does not accumulate sell side position from resistance, your position is in jeopardy soon. But if it start pushing up to attack this resistance over here, and it also means triggering sell limits, accumulating sell side volume, okay, your buy position over here may be safe, but you need to bet whether this resistance over here is gonna be attacked or not, right? So if this candle managed to push up and attack this resistance and whatsoever, also even managed to close above this resistance, right, signifying a break of resistance, also meaning a bullish price action has been formed. So if a bullish price action has been formed, for those who haven't got a position from over here, the next candle retracement or the next candle manipulation, right, a low wick on the manipulation, you could buy or enter a long position, right? So right now we wait for what? We wait for a confirmation either on the buy side position, right? We wait for a bullish confirmation or we wait for a bearish price action to be formed, because there is also a chance of a bearish price action being formed over here by this candle pulling back and pushing down, and also maybe pushing down to attack this support and then closing below this support. And if it is able to close below this support, it is a bearish price action, and a bearish price action means the chart is going to retrace and then start pushing down. Okay, so right now trade according to the flow. Do not trade against the current, because trading against the current is only gonna make you lose more than win, right? You do not fight with the wave, you do not fight with the ocean, you float along with the ocean. That is the only way to survive. Okay, so for today, that is all I'm going to be analyzing here for you guys, and I really hope you guys could find a suitable position to enter and then profit from it, because profit from trading shouldn't be a fluke. Profit from trading shouldn't be from gambling. Profit from trading should be from risk and money management, right? And not just risk and money management, but knowledge management also. If you understand the knowledge that you're absorbing right now and you know how to use it, that is what I call knowledge management. And if you're able to manage your knowledge, and if you're able to use your knowledge to the best of your abilities, that knowledge is only gonna keep getting better and better, right? So trade with safety, trade with care. Be aware every single time you enter a trade. Do not over risk, do not overlord, right? Do not use overlord for trading. Manage your risk according to how you see it. Manage your risk according to your capability. Don't overtrade. Don't overestimate yourself. right? The truth may be hard to hear, but the truth is the best advice for us to grow up. Okay, so for today, that's all I'm gonna be here for, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. See ya.